Hello, everyone, and welcome to Tabor Talk. I'm your host, Michael Tabor. So, getting right into this. By the way, it's a beautiful day here. It's going to be 78 degrees. Can you imagine that? So, it's September, take a look, September 28th, Saturday. 78 degrees coming up. All right, so I'm going to have to shed this little light jacket here. So, I went back listening to a lot of old Tim Ferriss podcasts. This one, December of 2014, episode number 50. One of my favorite guys of all time, Peter Attia. If you don't know who Peter Attia is, he's interested in health and nutrition, really. He's an interesting man, quite a background. Started out, I think he was, I'm not going to go through his whole resume, but he was a surgeon, oncology, and he switched over to really this nutrition science. And what makes him interesting, he holds all these incredible world records for endurance feats, especially in swimming. I don't go on Wikipedia and check him out, Peter Attia, his biography, but he was swimming like 21 hours straight with sharks and everything. He's a maniac. So anyway, Peter Attia, real super interesting, smart guy, was talking about how the problem he's been seeing with AFib with endurance athletes. So this is a real thing. Now, it's not super common, but it does happen. You hear stories of young people, sometimes in their early 20s, really athletic guys who just drop dead. It's a thing, and it's horrible, and it's sad. Here are these guys, tremendous athletes. They're just working it too hard. And if you go at the exact mechanism, I think the left side is stronger, more dominant. And the right, that's where the problem is an irregular beat with the right side, and hence a fib. So there's an irregular beat with the lesser irregular beat side. I'm certainly not a cardiologist, so I'm butchering this. But anyway, what's interesting is Tim says, well, Peter, you know this, and yet you work out 6, 7, 8 hours a day. You do these marathons, these Ironman things, and he goes, I know. There's no upside to what I'm doing. It just is a psychological thing. It just makes me happy. Now, it's a weird psychology because most people would rather take the easy way out, like doing one of these marathons or working out like crazy. And I know I work out too much too. I work out typically 4 to 6 hours a day, usually more. And I know there's really no upside to that. There's really no upside to working out more than an hour a day, maybe 2 hours. All that is just perhaps damage, you know. There are some guys, which comes to mind, some other ultramarathon, extreme athletes. Cameron Haynes does that ultramarathon. He does 250, I believe, 250 miles. There's a guy, oh God, his name escapes me now, but he's always on Joe Rogan. He's on Twitter all the time, Navy SEAL guy. It doesn't matter, but he runs like a marathon, ultra marathon every week. It's crazy. There was a girl on Rogan who actually crushed in an event a couple of years ago, a 250-mile Mojave 250 or something. Eleanor Donahue, I believe her name is. You got to hear her story. So it took 3 days to run, and she had 1 minute sleep. She laid down, and she said it was the best sleep of her life. 1 minute, and it was so horrible she went blind. Like there was some sort of hemorrhage because of the constant pounding. 250 miles. There was a tear in her retina, something crazy, and she went blind. She did not stop running. She then checked that this isn't over too, so she's blind, could see maybe 10%. She trips, falls, and hits her head. And so she's bleeding from the head, she's blind, she gets up and continues to run. And suffice to say, she won the race. So why do these people do it? You know, why do I do it? I'm not that extreme either. I mean, for me, I enjoy it. I get the rush you get from endorphins when I'm moving my body, Plus, I have a disease I'm working. I'm working on a disease I'm dealing with. I have a chronic illness, and it makes me feel better. So whether or not it's harmful, I don't know, but I just do it anyway. So I'm interested to hear what people have to say about this. Like, are you extreme? What do you think of extreme exercise? These extreme athletes. You're not going to live longer. It's not healthy. You run these 100-mile races all the time. It's not healthy. I'm trying to think of that guy's name, that Navy SEAL. Stay strong, Joe. He's always on Joe Rogan. Stay strong. He wrote a book. It doesn't matter. So it'll come to me. As soon as I turn off this recording, it will come to me. Because he's one of my favorite guys. But anyway, so obviously it does not help, and these athletes are getting AFib, young people just dropping dead. You don't live longer. What's the upside? Zero. Okay, interesting. Good friends, good books, and a sleepy conscience. Peace, love, and understanding here on Tabor Talk.